And now, 3 rounds of Fade the Noise, bold takes, sharp bets, and guaranteed heat. Introducing first, the hosts, Joe and Eric.
Welcome to Fade the Noise, where sharp minds cuts through the chatter. I'm with reoccurring guest Angel, Fantasy God. How you doing today, Angel?
I am doing fantastic. I'm very excited to watch more football. After watching football last night, fantasy baseball time, fantasy football time. It's just a good time to be alive.
Awesome.
How are you
awesome.
doing?
I'm doing great. Besides having a fill-in as host, like I'm Stephen A. Smith for Molly
Hey.
Querum, I'm winging it just like he is,
That's
a little bit
respect.
of a different pay difference, but hey, we're doing the same job out here. As you guys could tell, the original host, the normal host, the host that'll be back next week, Eric, is not in this week. He is out celebrating something. He has a good life, so he has a lot to celebrate. So he's out on vacation right now. I'm filling in. I'm the founder of Moneyline Hacks. We run a Discord. If you guys are tuning in, most of you guys know what's up. If you guys don't know what's up, the Discord link will be down below. And you could also check it in the bio. So we have a really good community there, free community and a VIP community. People are always helping each other out. So without further ado, we'll get into it. Last week, we're going to start off recapping UFC. It was UFC Noche. I did pick Diego to beat Silva. So that ended up happening. He ended up cashing the underdog play. That was for VIP, but for the show, I know you threw out 2 best bets, Angel, and I think it was a money line parlay with the 49ers and the Eagles.
Yep.
Okay.
So
and
that one hit, and the other one was Ricky Pearsall yards, and that also hit over 55 yards, and he got 56.
I saw that. You gotta love those. So
hey, can't complain too much.
That's awesome. So yeah, last week the bets on the show did pretty well. If you're Angel, if you're me, not so much. I think we went 1-1. So
That's not bad.
no, but yeah, that pick I got out with Lopez versus Silva. I'm picking Lopez to win.
Great pick.
That was more of a VIP pick. We saved most of our value for the VIP, or even in the Discord, I'll throw those VIP picks out there in the free section. So we save a lot of those for the Discord. It was pretty good, but we did have a max play that day for UFC Noche, and it was actually Jesus Santos Aguilar to win that fight, 2 units, and then another 2 units on a spread plus 3.5. That was easy money. He ended up winning that fight for over 4 units total. So that was our biggest cash of the day. Silva, he got dominated by Lopez. He had nothing for him. That's what I figured it would be, just because Silva is good, but Lopez has went the distance with Volk. Volk is no joke at all. That's like going the distance with Islam Makhachev. Like Volk is, and that really highly regarded. So if you go the distance with him and be competitive and win some rounds off Volk, man, you got to have a lot more than a hyped up fighting camp like the Fighting Nerds for me to pick you. So we went Diego. He showed us what's up, and yeah, he's definitely a dog in the division and someone to watch out for. No UFC this weekend. Do you have anything to add for last weekend, Angel?
I mean, I know all the Mexican fighters showed out for their country. They went 5-0. I think Diego Lopez had a little Mexican tune walking out. So, I mean, he participated too. He showed out. I thought Gene Silva had a chance coming maybe into that second round, but just had one too many mistakes, and Diego Lopez capitalized, you know what I mean? It was a great fight, and there are no more undefeated Fighting Nerds.
Man, yeah, he definitely had a great chance. This is just a game of inches.
Exactly.
He does. He needs a little more inches. So maybe in a year or 2, we'll see Silva versus Diego too, and that'll be a great fight. I could watch them fight every week.
Hell yeah, that was great. Great battle.
Yeah. All right, now we're done with the recaps. We recapped the best bets, our VIP picks last week, how the Noche card went. Left out, I guess, Cowboys smashing the Giants. That was pretty nice. As 2 Cowboy fans on this podcast right now.
Fun to watch.
It was fun to watch. Shootout, stressful as hell.
Great for the fantasy teams, but did not expect that QB battle. Russell Wilson went off.
He did. It seems like a lot of players go off when they face us.
True.
They want to show out. So
Yeah.
I could only imagine if we were actually, like the champions defending
Right.
how people would show out against us. So it was good. It's going to be a fun season. I think the Cowboys are going to be a lot better than people expect, or at least a little better than they expect.
Oh yeah.
Not saying to go on all the way, but I like how they look so far, and there'll be some fun games. Just got to
CD
tighten up that defense.
Lamb over 100 yards in the first 2 games. Javonte Williams, 3 TDs in 2 games. So it's looking up. Offense is looking good at least, you know. Defense could
Yeah.
always use work, but it's a long season.
Yeah, I think they're doing the work that they need to do to at least patch it up. Nothing
Hell
could
yeah.
ever replace Micah unless we get Lawrence Taylor 2.0 somewhere, but I don't think that exists. So nothing could replace Micah, but we could only patch it up. Yeah, let's do it. All right, that's a perfect segue into the next segment. We're going to get down on our NFL slate. We picked 3 good top games for this upcoming weekend that we want to go over. 1 morning game, 1 afternoon game, and 1 night game. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'll let you start that off first.
Yeah, we got Packers 2-0 against the 0-2 Browns. Got a little Jordan Love versus Joe Flacco action. This game is probably a lot of people are one-sided on this game. Packers are elite offense, elite defense. Not much going for the Browns, but they do have Myles Garrett and a good defense. So this will be a good challenge for Jordan Love coming off a 292-yard, 2-touchdown last game. On the year, he has 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, so he's off to a pretty good start. He did lose one of his main weapons, Jaden Reed, to injury, out with the collarbone. He had surgery on it, and he also has a foot fracture, so he's definitely not coming back. So look for Romeo Doubs and Dontavian Wicks to receive some more targets. But he's going up against Joe Flacco. Some would say he's like kind of a statue in the pocket. He's kind of on the old side. I think he's maybe like 41. Don't quote me, but he's still playing. He has an arm. They did kind of get blown out last week by the Ravens. And once they went up by 31 points, the Browns put in Dylan Gabriel. So it was his kind of debut. He went 3 for 3, had 20 yards and a touchdown. So it might not be too long until we see him actually start a game. The one main injury to look at for the Packers is Tucker Kraft. He went off last week, 6 catches, 120 yards and a touchdown, but he did suffer a knee injury in practice this week, and he's not practicing today. So his status for Sunday is uncertain. So look for Luke Musgrave to fill that void. Josh Jacobs, averaging 3.8 yards a carry, has a touchdown in 2 games. Yeah, Packers have won the last 4 games against the Browns, the last 6 to 7, and the last time the Cleveland won was in 2005 against the Packers. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one. But I think the Browns can, if they can keep it close, if Myles Garrett can show out, sack Love a couple times. But the Browns do got Quinshawn Judkins back. He is definitely a great running back. He had 10 carries last week, 61 yards, and he broke out for a nice 31-yard gain. So I look for him to have a couple more runs and a lot more involvement in this next game. But yeah, go Packers.
That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. And I know personally firsthand with Reed being on my team, he was my flex spot or bench type flex position player. He's going to be on the bench for a while. So yeah, definitely not looking like he's going to come around anytime soon. And then Flacco, he is closer to 41. He's 40 right now, but he turns 41 in January. So he's closer to 41 for sure. Yeah, like you said, he pretty much covered most of it. Love versus Flacco. Tucker Kraft and Reed are both out unless something changes for Kraft. As of right now, it's not looking good. Flacco's stats so far is 489 passing yards, which is 11th in the league right now. 2 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. Honestly, the Browns are still figuring out their identity, let alone their quarterback locker room. Flacco's tendency to turn the ball over is a concern always, especially if he's pressured early. The Green Bay Packers are amazing at pressuring. I think Green Bay will stick to their short passes, their screens, check downs, just to, give their receivers, keep their health preserved, because they can't be throwing those deep balls right now with the limited receivers they have. They can't even afford to lose any more receivers. So I expect to see a lot of check down short passes. Yeah, so if there's turnovers that could swing this, Browns definitely need to avoid letting Green Bay off the hook with negative plays. I do like the plus 8.5 more than the minus 8.5. But if I were to have to play this, I would just parlay Green Bay -7 with something else in a two-leg parlay.
Smart.
Yeah, I just don't feel 100% confident with something like this. I almost want to say it's a trap game, but not really. I just want to it's just something my gut. Green Bay's been playing lights out, and if they play 80% of what they've played already or how they normally play this year, they're going to put pressure on Flacco, and it's going to be another dominating game. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes, but we'll move on to the next matchup in this slate we have, which is a Q afternoon game between the Broncos and the Chargers. We got Bo Nix on Denver. We got Justin Herbert. Ever since he started dating Madison Beer, he has just went up another level. So maybe it's her, maybe it's the coaching. I don't know, but it's going to be a good game. Broncos, in my opinion, were overhyped coming into the season by a lot of people. And I think they've very hyped, very overhyped, especially being someone in the area with all these Bronco fans. It makes me sick. But I think they're down a little more down to earth now, and it should be a good matchup. Justin Herbert already has over 500 yards, 5 passing touchdowns. He also carries some rushing volume. I should know. I bet the over on his rushing yards.
Oh yeah.
Bo Nix entering his second season. He had a strong rookie year. He had almost 4,000 passing yards, almost 30 touchdowns, only 12 interceptions. And he has a good rushing upside, but he just hasn't looked like that yet this year. So we'll see how it goes. Khalil Mack is on injury reserve for the Chargers.
Tough hit.
There's some secondary injuries as well. And Lad McConkey. Looks like his biceps are questionable. We don't know how it's going to go, if he's going to be playing on Sunday. But yeah, there's some issues there. Bo Nix is pretty healthy. And the Broncos are healthier than the Chargers right now. There's a little bit of injuries on the defensive side. But, Ingram might have some back issues, some tightening, but it looks like they're the healthier team going into this. Herbert's been so efficient this year. 0 interceptions this year so far. And he's generating a lot of chunk plays. Denver has had some turnover issues, and they've been a little inconsistent. So we'll see. It's a little bit of a prove-it game for them to see how they could handle the Chargers, a tough divisional matchup. They could extend plays against the Chargers. They have a good job. They do a good job at doing that, especially with Bo. The Broncos don't got Javonte Williams anymore. That run game isn't like the Cowboys right now.
Yeah, he's ours.
I think the Chargers are going to rely on big plays, and if Denver does keep things manageable, they could stay competitive. And with Mack out, the Chargers are losing that pass rush edge that they do need. That gives Denver more time to exploit mismatches. So, unfortunately, I do like the Broncos keeping it close this week. I do like their spread. I think you can get them right now at plus 2.5. Buy the hook on this one. Go at +3, and that would be my lean for this game. What about you, Angel? What you got?
Yeah, sounds pretty good. He is on a different level. He is quite confident this year by the looks of it. He's great pocket awareness. He's very mobile, like you said. He led the Chargers in rushing, 31 yards and 9 carries last week. Not really good when your quarterback's leading the team in rushing, but that's just how it goes. The Chargers defense is coming off a great game against the Seahawks. No, the Raiders, my bad. Yeah, they held the Raiders to 9 points. They got 3 interceptions and kept Geno Smith to 180 passing yards. So they are, insane. Bo Nix last game didn't get hit once, nor did he get sacked. So look for them to probably throw in some more pressures against him. Don't want to leave him too comfortable in that pocket. But this is going to be a interesting game. I'm probably gonna say it's gonna score a lot of points. The Chargers, they are facing a tough Denver defense, but the defense did just allow 29 points, 316 pass yards, and 165 rush yards. So they're not coming off a good week, so they definitely need a rebound this week. They just got to stand their ground. It's going to be a hard challenge. Justin Herbert, I think their game this year is more of a passing game. And yeah, he has some weapons, even if Vlad is questionable or out. Keenan Allen coming off back-to-back weeks of 60-yard performances and a touchdown in each game. Not only him, but Quentin Johnston
Yep.
also with a touchdown in each game and 70 plus yards. So he has
Yeah.
weapons, you know what I mean? And yeah, I think the Chargers might find a way to win in this game. Even if their defense doesn't do the best, their offense is just very strong. They got a lot of weapons. Omarion Hampton is a rookie, not coming off his best performance. He did a fumble. So I think they might look to maybe implement the running game a little more. I wouldn't want my star quarterback running a lot. But if that's what you got to do to win some games, then that's what you got to do. The Broncos, the wide receivers had dismal weeks last week. Cortland Sutton had 6 yards on 4 targets. Mims didn't do so hot. Dobbins though, he had 14 rush attempts, 7.76 yards, and 5.4 yards a carry. So look for him to get some more carries. But yeah, I do think this is going to be a close game, like you said. But I think the Chargers are going to find a way to go 3-0.
Yeah. I mean, I personally like the Chargers, so
Yeah, hard not to.
yeah. I mean, I like their team. I like everything about them. I've been a Herbert fan. I'm glad to see him getting love finally and popping off. So,
Hell
and then the
yeah.
Broncos defense, like you said, it may be a little overrated right now. I mean, coming into this year, some people were talking like they have the best defense in the whole league, and
Yeah,
the stats you mentioned that they rattled off last week is not
not good.
anywhere near the best defense in the league. So let's see how they continue developing and where the chemistry lies more towards the end of the year. But yeah, as of now, it's going to be a good matchup tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, they heard Pat Surtain, he suffered an injury, and the Denver defense definitely need him healthy because he's one of their top leaders. So if they don't
Wow.
have him fully healthy, then might be an easier game for the Chargers.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, we'll move on to Sunday Night Football, the last game that we're talking today, which is the Chiefs at Giants. I'll let you go ahead and take this one away.
Chiefs at Giants, the battle of the 0-2 teams.
I mean, those are two different 0-2s, though.
It's true. It's not often. We get these kind of Sunday night matchups, but this is a good one. We got Patrick Mahomes at the Giants, so this will be going against Russell Wilson. Mahomes is coming off a game where he had 187 yards. He had a 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He also had 7 carries for 66 yards. So once again, leading his team in rushing. He's pretty mobile this season. I mean, he used to get rush yards back then, but I think he's getting more rush yards now. I mean, you kind of have to when your running backs are combining for 18 carries and neither of them goes over 31 yards. So it's not good. I feel like their rushing attack was better last year because this year it's just like not there at all. And that's not there, and their passing game is suffering because they don't got their top weapons. But one thing I do hear is that they might be getting Xavier Worthy back this week. He did practice on Wednesday and Thursday, so that's looking very good for Mahomes. Yeah, Russell Wilson is coming off a kind of different game stat line. He went to overtime with Cowboys, as we mentioned earlier, and in that game, he got 450 pass yards, 300 or not 300, 3 touchdowns. It felt like 300 touchdowns, and an interception in the overtime loss to the Cowboys. So it was a pretty good performance. Just his defense didn't do enough to help him win. He has one of the greatest weapons in NFL football right now. His name being Malik Neighbors. Dude had 13 targets, 9 catches, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. It doesn't matter how many people you cover him with, he's gonna catch the ball if he has not. If you just put it out
Yeah.
there, he will catch it. And it's going to be tough for the Chiefs to hold him down because if they do, I mean, he still has other options like Wandale Robinson. He did quite good. 8 catches, 142 yards, and a touchdown. I don't know. I just feel like Russell Wilson is kind of rewinding time because he's trying to play like he was when he was young. You know what I mean? At least it's what it seems like. But yeah, the Giants D gave up 40 points to Dallas, 361 pass yards, 2 touchdowns, 97 rush yards to Javante. They're going to have to play better ball because the offense can't win the game. I mean, they can if they score more points, but they need help with that defense. The Chiefs defense, they're coming off a pretty good game. They held the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, to 101 yards and only 20 points. So I think if they can do that again to maybe Russell Wilson and their defense steps up, it might look a little better for them. I just don't see the Chiefs starting off 0-3. I don't think I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. The Giants got a new running back in town. A rookie Cam Scatterbo had 11 carries for 400, had 11 carries for 45 yards and a touchdown last week. So I look for him to pick up some more work. I guess Tyron Tracy is taking a back seat to him. I thought maybe he had more of a higher role, but it's not looking like it. So yeah, look for Scam to put in some work. And the Giants are 11-4 all time against the Chiefs. But I think it's gonna be 11-5 after Sunday night.
Okay, perfect. It's music to my ears that you also think Xavier Worthy is going to be good to go this week.
Oh,
He's on my fantasy team, and that was rough that first week when he got knocked out, broken, dislocated shoulder,
yeah.
all because he was talking about Taylor Swift. But
I'm
no,
talking
I'm just
about
kidding.
Travis's girl.
Yeah, but cool. Yeah, I mean, you went over everything. Like you said, the Chiefs at Giants, Patrick Mahomes. We got the modern day messiah of quarterbacks facing off against young Russell Wilson. That's what it's looking like last week. Man, so I don't know if my team's Cowboys, if their defense was that bad or if Russ was just playing that good. And this week will be more telling. I do think the Chiefs have a little bit of a better defense. If he could light the Chiefs up still, then I'll feel a little better about last week in our defense. But yeah, he definitely has to turn back time to be able to keep his job. People are salivating at the mouth to start Jackson Dart, and I think it will happen in the next week or two if he just doesn't get some wins under his belt. He needs to win. He could play like this again, but if he doesn't win, what's the point? They're gonna still put in Jackson Dart. So I think he's playing like he has his NFL career to protect right now. And it's all hanging in the balance because who knows if he'll be a starter after this. We have Giants offensive line, some injuries there. Andrew Thomas, the left tackle, he may return soon, but his absence has hurt protection. Had they had him last week, who knows how that protection would have been. Chiefs wide receiver depth, we already know about that. Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice being out. Giants on defense, they have some young guys. They need to stop Mahomes. They need to pressure him. I think if Wilson is under pressure early, Kansas City will likely take over. Yeah, I think the Giants are going to need everything. They're going to need Malik Neighbors. If they win, I think it'll be in a shootout, but I don't think they'll win. I am on the Chiefs side as well. And even though Giants have an impressive record against the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes isn't going to want to start off 0-3. So he's going to have another spectacular game. That's why he's been out rushing his running backs because he's fighting for his life right now. It's the least talented offense he's had in a while. So yeah, he's trying to make something out of nothing, some lemonade out of lemons, and we'll see what he does this Sunday. I'll probably parlay their money line with that original first pick of mine, which is that Packers -7 by the hooks. But yeah, like I don't feel comfortable betting a large spread on the Packers, which right now looks to be set at, I thought it was worse, -6. I like that.
Not bad.
But yeah, we'll see how it is. Kansas City defense can force mistakes. Russell Wilson does make mistakes, so we'll see how it goes. Definitely leaning Kansas City on this one for the -6. Now we're gonna go. Yep. Now we're gonna go into our lock it in segment where we give out our best bets of the day. That was our NFL slate we just broke down. Hope you guys liked it. So let's go to lock it in. I'll start us off. Today I have 2 best bets. Usually I like to have one for UFC, but there is no UFC this weekend. So they're both for NFL. Best bet number 1, I like Justin Herbert, 1.5 passing touchdowns on the over. Denver's linebackers are thin right now. Herbert has 14 touchdowns in his last 6 divisional games.
Sheesh.
Keenan Allen plus Quentin Johnston have caught every Chargers touchdown this year. And Denver has allowed multiple touchdown passes in both games this year. So I'm really liking that passing over 1.5 passing touchdowns for Justin Herbert. Lock it in. For best bet number 2, let's go back to that Chiefs and Giants game. Let's go under for that one. I think the under is set at 46 right now, 45.5. Chiefs defense is elite right now, 14 points per game allowed. Their wide receiver is suspended. Rashee Rice and Worthy is banged up. Mahomes might run a little, slower. It's going to be more of a Kelsey heavy game plan, I think. think the Giants, they can't really protect Russell the whole game. I think I don't know, it sets up as a KC control game where I think the Giants struggle to score. They play from behind. They're trying to make something out of nothing. I think it's going to force Russ into an interception, and I think it'll force others into having some mistakes. So I'm liking this game to go under. I think Giants are going to struggle to score, and the Chiefs are going to do what they do, and I think it's going to sit right around that 40-point mark. So those are my two best bets of today. Angel, what do you got?
Yes, sir. Those sound like some winning bets, and I will be tailing them. I got 3 bets today.
Cool.
Of course, we're going to give you the daily parlay. I'm going Packers and Chargers. Parlay them together to win. Should give you some decent odds, better than just taking that Packers money line. My second best bet is going to be a Bijan Robinson. Plays for the Atlanta Falcons. Over 79.5 rushing yards. It's going against the Panthers. They are the 26th in the NFL in rushing yards allowed per game. Robinson's coming off a game where he had 23 carries, 143 yards against the Vikings. So he's riding some momentum right now. In the last 2 games, Robinson faced the Panthers. He rushed for 95 yards and he rushed for 170 yards in the season finale. So all we need is 80. We don't even need that many. So look for that to hit. Third and final best bet. We're going to go bet on a tight end. He's a rookie. His name is Tyler Warren. Plays for the Indianapolis Colts. He is pretty damn good. He's received 8 targets in both of his first 2 games of the season, accumulating 76 yards in both of those games. So we don't need that many yards. All we need is 50. And I think that is very likely with Daniel Jones at QB. He's ranked number 2 in fantasy, if that means anything. But I like those 3 bets for this weekend.
Sounds like some winning bets. I will be tailing as well. Love it. So we, Eric, our normal host, who will be back next week, he sent in his best bets. They're usually more of like same game parlays or round robins. He's like the round robin god. So I'll go ahead and say them on here. He wanted me to put them out there. So he is a touchdown scorer round robin. Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan, and DK Metcalf.
Snap.
So round robin those, anytime touchdown scores,
Hell
5
yeah.
of them, make yourself some money. He also has a touchdown scorer parlay, 2 legs. It is Josh Jacobs and Bijan, as long as Josh Jacobs is healthy.
Yes, sir.
He said keep an eye out for that report. Make sure Josh Jacobs is healthy, and there's your best bets from him. Josh Jacobs and Bijan down anytime touchdown scorer parlay.
Let's do it. I like it.
Awesome. Any closing remarks, words for you, Angel?
Yeah, go Cowboys. I want the Packers to lose. They're probably not going to, but yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, also the same thing then. Go Cowboys, even though they're not on our radar today for betting.
True.
But thank you guys for watching. That's it for today's episode of Fade the Noise. We're on episode 18. Remember, stay sharp, trust the numbers, and sometimes the smartest play is to fade the noise.
Hey.